to do when you read one of these passages is to go look at the questions, okay? As you are reading, you should be annotating. Some things to really pay attention to is the number of kids that are working in dangerous jobs, the Fair Labor and Standards Act, injuries on farms, dangers on farms, knowing migrant labor and working would be helpful to circle or somehow highlight. Looking at reasons for migrant children to drop out of school, the Association of Farm Work Opportunity Programs, and then be thinking about the central idea of this passage. So here we go. Valdemar Balderas was 12 when he started working in the fields. His workday began before the sun rose and ended as it set. He and his parents labored in the heat, weeding sugar beets and clearing rocks from the fields. Valdemar, now 14, lives in Eagle Pass, Texas. He is still working in the fields. Every April, his family journeys north to begin months of grueling farm work. Together, Valdemar and his parents earn just $500 a week for their hard work. On average, farm workers in the United States earn less than $10,000 a year. Forced to work. An estimated 250 million kids are forced to work in hard and often dangerous jobs all over the world. They mine precious metals, weave rugs, and work in factories. As many as 500,000 kids in the United States and more than 100 million worldwide labor on plantations and farms. Many countries don't have laws to protect child laborers. In the United States, a law called the Fair Labor Standards Act requires safe working conditions and limits the number of hours kids can work. But the law, which was passed in 1938, does not apply to children who toil on farms. Kids who are 12 years old are allowed to work 12-hour days in the fields with their families. Experts estimate that more than 100,000 children and teens are injured on farms each year. They use sharp knives and scissors designed for adult hands. Many operate heavy machinery and are exposed to poisonous agricultural chemicals. Ticket to a better future. Migrant families move regularly to find work in the fields. Because migrant children miss so much school, as many as 65% drop out. They're so invisible, says Ellen Trevino, who works with migrants. The Association of Farm Work Opportunity Programs is fighting to restore the money for migrant education and training programs to increase earnings for adult farm workers. The group is also pressuring Congress to provide kids working in agriculture with the same protection as other working kids. But for Santos Polendo and other migrant kids, education is the ticket to a better future. Polendo stopped working in the fields 2 years ago after his father got sick. He will graduate from high school in May and wants to attend college to become an art teacher. Go back, find your answers to your questions, underline them. Do not highlight the whole passage, but really be intentional with making sure that you are looking back in the passage to answer the questions.